Oh shit! I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. Anyway, Walking Dead season 4, episode 16, season finale. Rick's posse grabs a bite to eat. Like they go out in the woods and they catch a little rabbit or whatever. Carl wants to be a hero. They hear somebody yelling in the background. Oh shit! They're getting ready to kill me! Help! Now it was so many walkers. They said, you know what? And he's surrounded. If they get over there, they might get killed. It wasn't worth saving him. He was fucked, basically. Carl wanted to save him, which is a good thing. At least some people still had their humanity at this point in time. Um, anyway, after that, the gang runs across a nice apartment, right? But Daryl's crew runs down on them. When I say apartment, you know what I'm talking about, that damn little van. Now they find that van. Carl sleeps in it. Michonne and Rick, they're going over their plans about what's going on, yada yada, having their little talk. Daryl's crew runs into him. He says, "Stop right there, little motherfucker. We got plans for you." Anyway, you already know they tried to build a suspense. Daryl thinks he could talk his way out of this shit. And he's supposed to be the last one to come out. I don't understand why. Maybe he was laying low because he didn't know who they were going to run into. Plus, because he didn't know who these people were. But he knew they were hunting somebody. And now, the thing about it is, I thought that being that he was a tracker, he might have been able to find out who this guy was. Like he might have knew it was Rick, that was with them. Maybe by the shoe prints. Like, damn, that's Rick's shoe print. I didn't know, but it's possible that he didn't know. That there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, he comes out and has a little talking to him. Yo, don't kill these people. They're good people, whatever. And the guy's basically, he twists shit. He said that their rule is you can't lie otherwise you get beat to death. The motherfucker did that because basically he wanted blood, just like Daryl said, and he was going to take it out of Rick's ass, period. Now, when Daryl jumped in the middle to try to stop him, it was a wrap. The guy was just using that rule just to get him out the way, pretty much. The guy just wanted, blood. They beat the shit out of Daryl. Man. So anyway, Rick goes psycho. I mean, literally psycho, because they go ahead and grab Carl out the car, and I think they was going to rape him. Cause he's out there playing with the kid. Got your arm. Dumb shit like that. And the guy says, he said, first we're gonna kill Daryl. He said, then we're gonna get the girl. Then we're gonna get the kid. You already know what they're gonna do with the girl. Remember what they said back at the house? He said, I got first dib with the woman. Then he said, then we're gonna get your son. Why didn't he say we were going to kill your son? I think they were planning on raping the little boy. These motherfuckers is crazy. I mean, the word choice just wasn't. It just didn't fit with torturing people, whatever. It fit with rape, and the guys playing. I guess they dumbed it down so that way they can kind of imply it without being too raunchy, otherwise they might have not wanted to be on this network. But yeah, so when Rick hears about that, you see he snaps, and you hear the music change, the background noise. Was it music? I don't know if it was music in the background, but the background sounds changed. You see he goes into another mode. The guy just bing, and he was able to get the drop on him. When Rick goes psycho, he got the drop on him, killed the one guy, like he fought him for a second. I don't know why they didn't just shoot him, but they wanted to torture him for a while. These guys are sick. Them being sick actually helped them. They gave him the little bit of time, and in order for Rick to go ahead and just bite the guy and take his shit out. Because if they were smart, they'd just killed the guy right off the bat. Off the bat. Fuck it. Anyway, Rick gets the drop on the leader. Michonne gets the drop on the other guy. And they start taking them all out. Boom. Matter of fact, Michonne took most of them out, if I'm not mistaken. She ain't no joke. She's down for that 187, baby. Anyway, after that, Daryl comes up. Rick comes up out of his psychosis, and he has a little powwow with Daryl. And they talk about, they have little flashbacks and shit like that. Herschel's talking to Rick about, putting the gun down and things of that nature. Basically, he thinks Rick was becoming too hardcore and he was losing himself. He said, "Let me help you get a grip, get rid of the gun." I can understand him doing that. That made sense. But I really wasn't feeling the flashback, or overall. And he talks about how he gave his watch to Glenn. That was important for the rest of the show. Anyway, after that little powwow, Rick's crew hits they hit the tracks, and Rick is smart. I like this. Rick is the leader, so you would think that Rick would think ahead of things, even if he doesn't always make the right choice. At least thinks a step or two ahead. He said, "You know what? We don't know who these motherfuckers are. We done ran into too many fucked up groups. They ran into the group back with Herschel. Remember, they tried to take the farm from them. Then they ran into the governor. They ran into too many fucked up groups. And they ran into the governor's new group. That was another group, really. So they ran into them. So he said, we just ran into too many groups. I don't trust these motherfuckers. We're going to take the back door. That's right. We're going to go through the back door, get the drop on these motherfuckers, see if things really work out. If things are really kosher. If it's kosher, then we'll go ahead and, do what we have to do. We'll take it from that point on." I was like, okay, yeah, Rick. That's what we're talking about. Rick is coming back. He was able to, things affected him, but he was able to snap out of it. That's good because, in the zombie apocalypse, of course, you're going to be affected by the shit. But now we know he's getting a grip on things, and he wants to be the leader. Anyway, after that, they make it to the terminus. He hides a bag of, some goodies. They got guns and all kinds of artillery. Hide the bag of goodies behind the fence. They go in through the back. And, my bad. They hid the bag of goodies and they said they're getting ready to, hop over the fence. But Michonne lets Carl in on a little secret. And this was a very, very good Michonne and Carl moment. Because they had a lot of bad ones. God damn. This time they had a real good one. She says that, "I told you about my son Andre, but I didn't tell you how he died." He says, "Well, I know it got something to do with the, the zombie apocalypse, so fucking walkers all over the place, anything could have happened. I don't need to know." Makes sense. That was some good dialogue. And she says it was important for him to know how. I don't think it was. I think she was trying to, give him drop some knowledge on him, because really it didn't really matter how the baby died, especially when she told the story. But I'll get to that, after I tell the story. Anyway, she says that she was with a group. They found a little group. She had a boyfriend. She had, the fuck was the other guy was? Was it her brother? I think it was. Somebody. I think, she was with them too. She went on a run. Remember, when you're in groups, people got to scavenge and shit like that. Everybody can't just stay in one spot, otherwise they'll deplete their resources. She said she went and made a run, came back, fucking walkers and got in. I don't know how. Maybe some people rolled in there, or maybe walkers just happened to get in. Maybe a horde walked across, whatever the fuck happened. Baby's dead. She said that the two guys she was with, they were bitten and they got turned. Here's where the powerful thing comes in. She says that she kept them as pets. She didn't want them to bite her. She said so she cut their arms off, cut the legs off. That way they can't bite her, they can't scratch, they can't grab, things like that. And she took them with her. She put chains around. Was it chains? She said chains in the show. Now, if you look at it, the comic she has chains on them, like literally chains. In the show, I think it was a rope. It was 2 ropes she had on them. But then in this dialogue, she says, "I put chains on them." I think they kind of fucked up a little bit. Maybe. They might have fucked up. Anyway, she said she put chains on them and then found out that through sheer coincidence and accident that protected them from the walkers. The walkers, having walkers around her right in close proximity, and she's moving along with them, they think that she's one of them, and they, having that smell around to help hide some of the other smell. That was so great because now we see exactly how Michonne was thinking. Remember I said she didn't want to be alone in the apocalypse? Clearly she didn't. She even kept people that turned. And you see how she was a little bit selfish. And you see why she really wanted to get back to call Rick and stuff, things of that nature. That really set the stage for that. And also it makes sense why she had the two walkers with her. Because we were wondering, damn, why the fuck she had the walkers like that? We understand that they kept the walkers off her, but how the fuck you knew about that in the first place? She didn't know. She found out, by accident. So that explained that whole situation. That's why that was so great. Carl also explains his part of the deal. But at the same time, Michonne, she says that, your pop. Basically, she says your pop's going through some shit. I went through some shit. You accepted me, accept him. You know what I'm saying? Get off that shit. We in a damn apocalypse. Everybody's fucked up. That's basically in a nutshell what she said. Carl had his little heart-to-heart, gave his, he finally hugged her, basically pieced it up with her, and basically he's getting his shit together. So that's good. We all wanted to see him, get his shit together, especially after what he did to his father about the Shane thing. So that whole sequence, I really enjoyed that. I think they did that right. They did it some justice. Anyway, Rick's team, they drop in on that sweatshop. They go in through the back, over the fence, into the back of the warehouse, guns drawn, everything. They see they ain't nothing but a few people in there. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. It ain't nothing but like 5 people in there. And they keep encouraging people to come. And from the maps and things like that, you can pretty much guess that they got signs all over the fucking place. You understand? Dead fucking giveaway. Now they're talking to the people and they say, yo, we want to get the drop on y'all because we done ran into too many bad groups. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We're not gonna just come in open arms and shit like that. The guy says, you know what, we understand. We're gonna pat you down, make sure everything copacetic, even give you your weapons back. Gave him the weapon back and stuff like that. Now he says that a lot of people was coming there. He said these people came, this group came. He said, I don't know if it was by accident, but that area just happened to be an area of high traffic. Maybe because people start following the tracks, because that way they don't have to go through the woods. If they're on tracks, they'll never be able to get lost. There's only 2 directions you can go in. You understand? So that's the reason why a lot of people was going to Terminus. He said, but a lot of people was going to it. Where the fuck are the people at? You said a lot of people are coming here, or a lot of people, this was a place of high traffic. Ain't nothing but fucking 5 people. We only see 5 people. There's more people there than, than meets the eye, which is another dead fucking giveaway. I just been thinking, damn, why is it only, I think Rick might have been thinking that, like, damn, it's only a few people, but since they let us keep our weapons, things might be kosher. Anyway, they take them out back to the little barbecue they got going on. This shit's a trip. Rick notices something. He notices something is up. Now, when I first seen it, I thought that he noticed that food, something's wrong with that food. That food is human. How do I know? Because look at the when they were out in the woods, the only thing they found was a rabbit. They don't find many big game. How many big game they ever found? We seen 1 fucking deer. Where's this? Those are some nice sized portions of meat on that grill. So I thought he looked at it and said, "Damn, fuck y'all eating like kings. How did that happen? The only thing we can get was a little ass rabbit." So that would have brought up some questions for me. Where the fuck y'all getting all this good food from? And he notices that chain. Then he looks over at the other people, looks at the chain. Okay, something ain't fucking right. And he goes for the guy, pulls out the watch, notices it's Glenn's watch. Where the fuck you get this watch from? That's what he says. Where the fuck you get this watch from? The guy, he knows something's up. He tries to talk to Rick. Rick's not having it. The other dude, what's his name? What's that motherfucker's name? He has a weird name. Girded to some shit like that. I can't remember. Fuck it, I'll figure out his name later on. I forgot his name. He walks up and tries to talk to Rick. He says, yo, what's going on? Rick says, why does that particular motherfucker has a riot gear on? And the guy says, oh, we got that from a cop. He said, well, look at this other motherfucker. Why does she have that particular poncho on? Oh, the other passerby or whatever. We don't know what's going on. What about the watch? Oh, it's a dead guy. So that shit didn't make no sense. Rick didn't notice the food, but he noticed. He says, damn, they just got on too much of our shit. You understand? It's too much of our shit they have. So he knew it was a setup. Anyway, they get into a little skirmish, and the Terminus Psychos, they had the squad moving. Now you see them spraying at the people's feet. And at first I said, these guys are bad shots. But after a minute of them spraying at the people's feet, you know, Rick, Carl, Michonne, and Daryl, they go on a run. They had no choice. They were surrounded. They go on a run. And when you see them run past this one spot, you know, and they're getting, you know, shot at and everything else, you see all this, you see a cage that's got human remains, and you can see, because you see the rib cage, you know what the human rib cage looks like, and the fucking meat is just laying there. Now, the reason, after a couple times of them getting shot at, I said, okay, I know these people ain't trying to kill them. By the time before they made it to that little room where it looks like a cult, that's kind of crazy. I don't know why they had to be a cult to be cannibals, but turns out they on some cult shit too. These motherfuckers are psychos. Anyway, them keep shooting at him. I was like, damn, why would they leave him alive? Of course, they don't want to spray the, you know, the people full of bullets, have them turn. They don't want the meat to turn. They want to hurry up, shoot them in the head. That way the meat stays normal or whatever, I guess. And they don't want to riddle their food with bullets. They don't want to keep having to pull out bullets or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, they don't want to fill them up full of holes and have a whole bunch of bullets in their food. One shot to the head, take the body, and that's it. Anyway, they finally end up getting surrounded. When they get to the fence, they had motherfuckers posted. And Terminus got a lot of people. They have what, 20, 30 people, something like that? And the people basically, and I like how they did this, the people basically have the group where we don't give a fuck what we got to do as long as we, you know, survive. I'm guessing they ran out of game in that area. They probably killed off all the wildlife. That's why probably Rick could only find a rabbit. And then we should call them Daryl and them, they only found rabbits. Because they probably killed off all the game in that area. So then they said, you know what, this is high traffic for humans. Fuck it, let's take the humans. You know, but anyway, they had them surrounded, and they sent them to that little crate. And when they were running, you could hear the people saying, help, help. Some of the people was in the crates, you could hear them. So anyway, they got the drop on them. They had to go into the crates. They let Carl go, let him go into the crates. Motherfucker was just a psycho. The dude that was talking, I can't remember his name, Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever. The way he was talking, you could tell he wasn't all the way there. Anyway, they go into the crate, and the gang's all here. The people that showed up first, they kind of went a little bit. Like, I'm wondering why Abraham, you know, trusted that shit. Cause when I went, if I would have went there and said, "Damn, why aren't the people walking around out in the open? They have fences, and why isn't the fence gated? I mean, why isn't it locked?" But anyway, they got caught and put in that cell. I mean, to that crate, that shipping crate. But it's no time to celebrate, even though the gang's together. It's no time to celebrate. They're getting ready to get eaten. Anyway, Rick, he said something real good at the end. I liked how they ended it off. He said, these guys fucked with the wrong ones. He said, I got a stash. Well, he says, I got a stash full of goodies waiting, you know, for me to get back to. I'm going to fill these motherfuckers full of shit. I'm going to pump them full of lead, full of arrows, everything. Anything we can get our hands on. Get our katana back, chop them up. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. We had one more little flashback. But this episode, I wanted to give it a 4.5 because one thing that kind of annoyed me. The excessive flashbacks. You understand? We already knew Rick had a fight with his own humanity. You understand? Like he didn't know what, being sane and things like that. He had a psychotic breakdown and stuff like that. And he wanted Carl to not be, or as the term I use, to become a G. He didn't want that motherfucker running around guns blazing, things like that, shooting innocent people like he did before. And Rick didn't want that. So we already pretty much knew that. Now they cleared this up a little bit more with him, showing Herschel saying the same thing. I can take that, but they had too many flashbacks throughout the whole episode. It was so much, exciting shit that we haven't been getting in the last few episodes. Nobody wants to see all them damn flashbacks. The only real flashback that was important was that you really needed to see was the one about Glenn's watch. I don't remember them Herschel giving Glenn the watch. I might have been mistaken, but I think we need to be refreshed on that if they didn't never show it at all, because that ties into how Rick found out something was wrong, even though you see him with all the other shit on. So should they have done the flashback? Yes, I believe they should have. Should have done it throughout the whole episode? Hell no. But I'm gonna go ahead and give the episode a 5 out of 5, being that I think two moments of the flashbacks was valid that we needed to see, but it just was a little bit excessive, so it was a minor annoyance. But the gang's back. We finally got the new group, meaning all of the group that we had before in the prison. That's a little bit different. We got a few motherfuckers from the prison that made it back, but this is a new group basically, because we got a few new people in it. Bob is pretty much new. Our core group is a little bit different. Some of the people are dead, whatever. Beth is gone. Beth is probably getting served up right now. So this is our new group. We finally got it back. We've been waiting for this. That suspense is over. Shit is getting suspenseful now. They really did a good job building up suspense, especially with Rick saying what he did at the end. They got to figure out a way to get the fuck out of there. Good thing that the crate is closed in. That's another good thing that's going to help them in the long run. Why? I think Rick had a knife still on him. I think he dropped his gun. He still has a knife on him, if I'm not mistaken. They might have another one other weapon on him or whatever. But being that the crate's not open, like if they had cages, they could just shoot you through the damn cage, and then that'd be it. The cage, the gate, the crate isn't open. They had to open them doors to get at these guys. That gives them the chance to get the jump on them. You understand? So that's a good thing. And those crates probably bulletproof. If not, they damn sure close to being bulletproof. The thick those things are. So that's good. They built up good suspense. I like how they did Terminus too. Terminus was done right, where they built up the suspense. You see people wearing their shit. It's like, oh man, how eerie they made the place. Then they showed the bones. They did Terminus right. Having like I was saying before, this team is different from the other teams they had. They didn't have any cannibals before. Now we get to see how other people are living. Some groups are trying to do the right thing and just trying to survive, like Rick's group, where we find out that there's another group that's out there trying to kill motherfuckers. Other groups that rape women, other groups that are just eating people. So I like how they differentiate Terminus from other groups, and how Terminus was a trap. And we got to finally see what happened with that damn gang Daryl was with. They got killed off. So people that was thinking that that gang was some other gang that from the comics or whatever, they was dropping spoilers, I don't think they was, since they got killed off. Okay, so yeah, I'll give this episode a 5 out of 5. I just think that the flashback was a little bit excessive, although I did enjoy some of it. Let me get to these comments and see what's going on. Okay, I saw a lot of this coming. Okay, whatever. Yes, been waiting for a review. Rick ain't no bitch no more. Yup, my boy Rick. Ricky! Like my man from what's that movie called? Boys in the Hood. Ricky! Yo, Rick got it, bro. Yeah, Rick did a good job. I know, they bringing him back. Yeah, Michonne Psycho, she's still mighty fine. Oh man! No, Michonne, she was talking to herself. I don't think she's psycho. I just think she had an emotional breakdown. She had a little Mariah Carey, little glitter moment. But I'm kind of jealous of Carl. Carl got to lay in her lap when they was in the car. He's laying in her lap. You see him grinning and shit. They told him stop that. He's like this. You seen him grinning and shit. Shit, I'll lay in her damn lap. I'll sit in her damn lap. Okay, and I needs me some more Beth. I think Beth is done. I think the people that kidnapped her might have been fucking Terminus. I think the first plate they seen was Beth. Okay, beautiful season finale. Yeah, I gave it a 5 out of 5. I think it was a good one. Lady Serving to Me, she was straight up psycho. Um, yup. Okay. First walkers, now cannibals. Shit, they had fucking rapists and fucking psychos, and now they got cannibals, and they have cults now. So yeah, the cannibals and cults. Yeah, this shit is crazy. There's just no winning in the walk. Yup. In that world, you're done for. Shit, you better hope that you was with Terminus, killing other motherfuckers instead of you being killed. No, I'm joking. But yeah, the shit was good. I'm not gonna say amazing because I just think it was just slightly annoying the way they did the flashbacks. Other than that, everything else was great. I see the weight bench in the back. I ain't doing shit. I'm just getting prepared for Gary. Rick's that dude. Rick was yeah. Rick had to chop in the car. No, he had to chop in the ground. He had to chop in the duffel bag. And I'm trying to get my weight up. It's 9-10 for me. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, he got a 9 out of 10. That's a 4.5. That's what I was leaning towards first, but I had to give it a 5 out of 5 because everything else I thought was great. I said I'm not going to just sit there and lower it just because of one little thing, and it wasn't too bad in comparison to what we got before. Things been getting kind of slow, you know. So, fuck it, give it a 5. You should watch Talking Dead. I do watch some of Talking Dead, but I don't want to have it influence my whole review. Okay, did Beth die? I think Beth is dead. They probably raped the shit out of her first, though. Raped her ass, then served her up on the plate. They having a damn cookout. Look like a block party up in that bitch. Okay, who gives a fuck about Beth? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Beth really anyway. Lizzie was more of a character than her. I don't know about that, but Beth, fuck Beth. I was just wondering what happened to her. Yeah, I think Beth got fucking eaten. She probably was the first damn plate served at Terminus. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments. Like the video and subscribe. Anime and manga means more. Rick is back on his G shit. He's straight up, where he needs to be right now. Peace.